Hey there. I was trying to make a video of pretty much everything I've learned, in the last couple of months of having dreadlocks. And I just did a video that literally was over 20 minutes long. So who knew, first of all, that I knew that much already in only 2 months, but also that I'm that damn chatty. So I'm now making another video that is much shorter and a little more focused on what I intended at first to talk about, which was things that I wish I had known, or a video I wish I had seen that kind of incorporated everything I would need to have, or at least kind of think about before I got dreadlocks, without doing what I did, which was probably like 100 hours of research and watching YouTube videos and perusing all of these different, places. So I'm going to try to give you the down and dirty of what I did, what I learned, and what you can expect from everything I've experienced and everything I've read and found to be very true. So I'm going to focus it on things that I had to buy or find or use or, identify as a product or something like that, and we'll kind of go from there. So I'll start with a little disclaimer, which I did in my other video, which is now needs to go in the trash. But that would be, again, this is just my opinion. This is just what I've done, and I'm doing it now because I really do believe that my dreads have been really successfully locking up fairly quickly, and from what I've seen, it's a good, a good start for only 2 months. And also to say that if you are kind of going the route of much more maintained dreadlocks, or you're using crochet hooks or wax or anything like that, then definitely stop watching now. This is not the video for you. I'm really more focused on, I did back comb to begin, and then pretty much it's just kind of natural from there. But now, as I'm sitting here with all of the products that I use or have been using, I laugh because my sister was like, I thought dreadlocks were supposed to be, no maintenance and so easy. And now when it's all kind of sitting here on the table, I realize, wow, I did have to kind of get a lot to get started. But if you compare it to what I was using beforehand, it's just outrageous. These like super conditioning things to kind of keep, I have very curly frizzy hair, but to kind of keep everything maintained, in these outrageously expensive haircuts, just for years. I know, now that the initial expenses has kind of gone in to get all of these things in place, all of this is stuff I'll use for, the next 5, 10, however long I have my dreadlocks, so forever. So let's kind of start with the very beginning, and just really what I did, what I think really worked, which is, before you back comb, I just got everything out of my hair. I stopped for the 2 or 3 weeks before we started them. I used like a clarifying shampoo. I used that Neutrogena non-residue shampoo, which a lot of people say is not good for dreads, but I thought, while I was just kind of getting prepared. So I had grown my hair out as long as I could. I had stopped using all products and did that wash, and literally by the time we were ready to back comb, I couldn't even almost brush my hair because we don't realize how much all of that conditioning and stuff builds up. So they were super clean, and then all I bought, or all I had at that point, was my flea comb. And I have seen other people, raving about this, but this is from Walmart. It was, I don't know, a few bucks in the pet aisle. So this, it's the only one we use. It never broke. The little, things get bent out of shape. You just put them back in there. So this was good. Some of these little clips to when you are sectioning your hair, pull things back. I use them for maintenance, also going through. And then my rubber bands. They come in bags of just enormous number, but for sectioning, and then also just sometimes if I have like a big wad of loose hair, sometimes I'll kind of hold them in there and work. But as soon as you get yours back comb, get rid of the rubber bands, and really, they say your hair just kind of eats them, so it's better just to get rid of them if you can. So those were the only things that I had in the very beginning. and I tried to wait as long as I could to wash my hair. It was about 2 weeks when I did my very first wash, and I have to admit I did buy one dreadlock product, which as far as shampoos go, you know, a lot of people just go with the baking soda mix, and you can find a lot of stuff about that online. I decided to go with the traditional shampoo at first just to kind of see how it went for me, and out of everything I read and everything, I do a lot of research, it came down to two. So Dreadhead has a shampoo. I went out and bought it, and I used that in a bottle. So I diluted a lot, so it's not really thick. I just put distilled water. I put that in there, and I put some of my oils in there, which I'll talk a little bit about oils. And you know, this is lasting me forever. So compared to that really expensive triple moisture conditioner I was using before, this is, you know, great. And then of course I had to get Dr. Bronner's because everybody's always talking about it. I haven't even used it yet. I thought I'd go through the Dreadhead first. And also a lot of people had, you know, reactions, or they noticed a difference, more dandruff, less itchiness, you know, or their dreads weren't locking up well with something. So I've been happy so far with the Dreadhead, so I'm going to keep using that. And then I've got the Dr. Bronner's, you know, after we've got probably, I don't know when it runs out, but after so many months that I really feel like we've got everything locking up, and then I'll move over to that. So right now what I'm doing, I'm washing my hair once a week, and I think for me that was the biggest confusion about how to wash my hair, what to do, you know, and just kind of in that beginning phase. So I say, you know, make sure you do it early in the morning so you have all day to dry, because the biggest thing is really just making sure that they're as dry as possible, no mildew, mold, anything able to get in there. I use my shampoo. I do kind of like a palm rolly there, and I, you know, get my scalp all really good. Make sure you get the underneath. And right now what I'm doing in the shower is a lot of ripping maintenance, which in the beginning I did not really understand what it was, but as your dreads mature, you're really gonna understand. And really between palm rolling and the ripping, that's the only thing I'm doing right now. So really it's just, you know, when you're in the shower, really being able to kind of get everything separated where it is. And then also when I get out and they're wet, then I do, you know, a lot of palm rolling right then, and that's pretty much all I do. I also, when I'm in the shower, I'll do Let's Call Down My Shampoo. This is my conditioner, so I'm using an apple cider vinegar rinse. So I love these little bottles, but it's like 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar, and the rest distilled water. And then again I use my oils in there, and I really just getting it all, you know, all over the place, rinse and let that sit, you know, for quite a while, doing some more ripping while I'm in there. And then the key is really, really cold water. Make sure you use as cold as you can stand cold water. And I also put a lot of peppermint oil in there, so it's like, whoo, really refreshing. But they say it really helps with the dandruff and itchy, you know, as cold as you can do. So I highly recommend that. And then I will quickly go through my oils because, you know, you read a lot of different things and a lot of different scents, but the ones that really to be used for like their, you know, original, you know, purposes, the big four, I would say the big one is tea tree oil. So pretty much, you know, if you can only afford one, and go online, I actually found, you know, some of them have free shipping. Mine were buy one get one free when I did it, and so you can find it really, really inexpensive, and plus they're going to last for a really long time. So the tea tree oil for me is key. It's, you know, got a lot of antibacterial properties. It also is really good for killing mold and mildew and those kind of things, which hopefully never, you know, get in your dreadlocks, but also for like a natural bug repellent. So tea tree oil is really great for a lot of different things. And then rosemary and lavender I have. both for dandruff control, and also, you know, the lavender is really good for fragrance, because the rosemary can have like kind of a medicinal smell, and the tea tree is very earthy. So some people don't like that. To me, I like it. It doesn't bother me, but so some other different scents can kind of help to control that. And then my fourth one that, you know, pretty much is, you know, all over the place, everyone's talking about, is peppermint. Peppermint really helps with the itchiness, and, you know, kind of keeping it cool. So it's good. Some people will do the cooling sprays, put peppermint in there. I actually have a lot of lavender and tea tree oil and rosemary in my spray bottle, just for, you know, fragrance. But I'll do that, you know, during the week, maybe when I wake up 1 day or 2 days during the week, and spray, you know, just kind of a light mist of that. And then, did I talk about what's in there? It's just distilled water and oil in there. And do some palm rolling, you know. I was going to show you too all my goodies. But this is also something that I really love, which is my my sleeping scarf. So get this, and it's very long. So if you have long dreads, this is great, and you can just tie it up, you know, sleeping. It's really wonderful. But sometimes when I get up, then my hair's a little bit matted, so I do the, you know, ripping, and then use some spray in the morning. What other things? Oh, when I shower, see, I get sidetracked. If you have like a microfiber towel or lint-free towel, that is key. So basically, when I'm in the shower, wash them, rinse with my apple cider vinegar, rinse really well with your cold water, and then really wringing everything out good. I do some head banging in there and get as much of the water out as I can, and really just kind of twisting and getting everything out, and then wrap it in that towel for a while, and you're good to go. So so that is really important. And on the days that I don't wash my hair, my shower cap, good, always good. What else? That's pretty much all of my goodies. But it's really just going with what, you know, and everyone's going to have different recommendations, and it's really about trying different things, but what's best for your hair. So, you know, you're going to have the itchies, you're going to have dandruff, you're going to have, you know, a lot of these things that you may never have experienced before. But, you know, when you think about it, I never had dandruff, but I was also coating my hair with all these conditioners and all these products and all this stuff for so many years. So when you change up that routine, you know, you're going to have, you know, some changes to your scalp and things like that while things are balancing out. So it's really just finding what's best for you, whether it's like a much more natural baking soda type deal, or using one of those but just diluting them a lot, and kind of finding out what's best for you. So any questions, let me know, but it's definitely an adventure, so come along for the ride. Thanks.